we done a very good improvements one day. What that means, in a count your own challenges who will come there, but then the good thing that means that picking that will be in na Lumley traffic, who they sell cool water, the one that will be in Abacha. Now don't they go to school now, so the back their own book learning you want to go find. But also in addition to that, government consistently don't they pay examination fees then across the country. Where then it means all NPSC became ask na government and government assisted schools and are free na salon. And we know the government they pay school subsidy or school fees them for all the picking them across the country. Yeah, the challenges and they, but government they make sure say pay the school fees there for the picking them school learning materials and they. Most importantly, the school feeding program. It's got to be 5 district governments with the feed before 2018. But since 2018, government will improve and considerably from that 5 districts to now 15 districts then at the country. We mean say the one that will be the benefits will be 100,000. Now we get 600,000 plus with the benefits. With the target really na 800. Quality not to a commodity way to go buy in the market. Quality na process. A process way they measure factors then for determining how quality they do. For example, if you want to say this studio 98.1 a quality radio station, first of all we get for watch now the coverage where 98.1 get. We get for look at the listenership. We get for look at the programs. We get for look at the machines, the equipment. So this now all they put together. Now they say 98.1 a quality radio station. So also for the free quality school education program, you not just watch them and you say we not see quality itself. You get for look at factors. What not the first thing we don't do? I just say we don't review a curriculum. Because now that curriculum, now the instruments where they will use for teach we picking them. So then the first name for good. We don't make them fine. We don't come out there, we don't develop policies them. Radical inclusion policy now one thing and the where they bring people and where they far to which area, where they bring in people away get disability, where they bring people away poor, picking the way get better, where they go school. All that thing you get for consider how we don't bring them together because we look for quality. But also you get for look at the number of qualified teachers then we don't bring into the system. Because a teacher now they driving first than they behind quality. So you get for look at all that thing and say okay, quality there. Because the outcome self can show you. For example, we see the number of gap picking that they pass public examination right now. Almost all the public examination are gap picking that they pass. You see the number of gap picking that they see to public examinations there. You see how now, for example, the disability people that live with disability. You see how government they pay subvention 1 year. All they don't pay. They pay in quarter by quarter. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. But now as a year they begin, they don't pay them all together for they able manage the situation. But also before you come in, what about the area outside? Now they allow them for use braille. So the people with disability now that first typewriter now they use for sit to exams, public examination, internal examinations. Now they use. But the disadvantage but then they now because that person not get the opportunity for even read the question. Because now read again for read the question to them. A remember before you begin answer. And when they answer, now type it, type. If a mistake self, you know they know what you write. Not they know. So all and they don't cross down there. Now we don't embrace. We don't provide assistive devices to them all. Where they use now they use something they find. So a lot of things and they don't do this and they call quality.
With all of this, people still question the performance of schools when it comes to public exams. More especially government schools them. Because many people go to say with the introduction of the free quality educations, schools them, especially government schools them, for the perform well when it come into public exam. But we see for the past couple of years, the private schools they do the top public exams then.
I want to make viewers and listeners then also know this. We get for look at the sample size. You get 1 or 2 candidates who do very well in the private school, where they get hundreds of candidates who they pass in the government school. So more look at them parameters there. For example, a private school of standing, where I say standing, a private school you don't get reputation, they're not cool, not few. And most of the times, and then few private school there, they still maintain standards. Why? Because now few picking again a class. Sometimes the whole class now then 20 picking and they 25. Wise that government school we get more picking in there because the interest of government now for make sure say you pull up picking in at it for go back na school for me they get some form of education for them to maga. Why is that private school? Now for how for make money, how for make sure say they attract the best of the best for make money.
No,
make it
why government school as well not this guy for attract the best of the best?
The best of the best where I mean now they picking them. The student the way they go. If they see say most of the students they will want go private school, their family they well to do. I want more to understand this very clearly because there is a role of the family in this. A family will get two picking. One they go private school, the other one they go government school. If they see how they treat them separately. This is fact. If they see say that one where they private school, you not take them, that they make lunch pack for them. You not take them, that they can't go to school, go drop on a motor car. That they go monitor na school for go see in performances. You know why? Because in parents they pay $1,000 every year. So if they follow that money there. Why is that picking within a private na government school or government assisted school? They're not worried about them. So you see say the output not to the same. Also then they come back to with the parents.
Anthony, now with the same schools they also done the day in existence before then where we they see government schools and with the top public exams there.
Yeah, I agree with you to a large extent because also that awareness of education not be today. We begin more of the idea say now for go spend money. You see they say Davis Nickel or you know that parable there with the pool where they call that tycoon businessman. You know, so they compare like you don't need for go school, you need for go open your shop, you need for go do what business that it and hustle and make money. So that idea na be there. So now be small number of people that will get interest in education. Now they be they go to government and government assisted schools. They not be get about picking in a class. Now then 30, 40 in a class. But now certain class and they're large. They you know it get for take time for me the teacher pass.
So is it that government more concentrate in or the ministry more concentrate in and taking or bringing more picking in at the classrooms is rather than addressing some of the issues there so we go able to improve the quality of the education, especially in the government schools there?
So make I just tell you now and the general listeners then say the first pillar of the free quality school education program are access. Access mean how they pull them picking them all not it kind of school. How that titi will be the left school a go a gebele a continue for go school till born picking. Then are the focus them. How that person with disability.
That are the interest of government.
That are the first pillar. How that person with disability and back we can get the same education without that person they get from the urban setting. We don't cross the area of access. Now we did talk about how we they retain them in school. We don't now they make we introduce school feeding program. We they feed the picking
well, they can't talk about the school feeding program because inside gets your challenge.
Yeah, now make we they retain them. Now we they talk about completion. How they go complete school. They all lay under one pillar. Now one pillar of the ministry, the free quality education program that day. So now how will they make sure so they complete school? Now they will they cancel. Now they will make sure so we build more classroom them. If you go to the free education secretariat, they on 500 classroom buildings as we speak right now. They build hotels. Hostels them for girl picking them in particular. Now then deprive communities them for make sure say then they. When you go to other projects like Badia, Orange, you get some partners that save the children. They build school them. You see the alumni association, they will just do one, we just do that story. You know, now one part of the school in a free tongue. We then back the build structure them. So we will accommodate the picking them, forget more classrooms them. So now the interest of government that one day. There was a time where 98.1 follow we will go 2 years ago. We'll go somewhere na small bowl. We'll go commission through NAO. 100 junior secondary schools for telling say now the one for expand the classrooms and for the people there.
Let's look at this the school feeding program because this again you just mentioned say government don't extend them to other districts them for say them more picking them benefit from this free school feeding, but again people on the raise concern say some of this the facilities or the school feeding program are more of talking rather than they see the reality on the ground.
one thing I want for establish clearly first, now that government get challenges to school feeding program. Now an expensive enterprise. I want to make it very clearly to you and the listeners then, because government they feed up to 700,000 picking them above 600,000 on a daily basis. We mean say government does spend over 500 billion leons. So government they spend a lot of money on a daily basis. So means say it's expensive, and therefore it not going to be free from challenges. There are going to be challenges. Even as you host, you feed every day, you feed, you get large family, you feed them every day. There will come a day where they get 1 or 2 challenges along the way.
But the ministry not before see this before they introduce them?
This na programmatic way of implementation. You ain't able to see all the challenges because they're practically done. They left cook today no more until the rubber boss. The rubber way they put rest. You go say, okay, more. See, these are the challenges. So they come back with a few challenges. Then they, for example, with partners, we'll get some partners that will they feed now 5 districts. Then we, because of 1 or 2 challenges, for make government pay them for continue for feed. Government will do a mate. Government will do some. Government will do up to 60% safe. But they need for pay more for make the feed school feeding continue. So these are all the challenges where they take place because 80% of the money where they go into school feeding program, now the taxpayers the money na alone, na local funding. So because na local funding and government, imagine on a daily basis, government they provide food for over 700,000 people in the salon. That means say the government is spend beaucoup money before the year they round just for school feeding. So it has to be challenging. But in the midst of the challenges, we still implement school feeding program. Plenty thank you to the partners who did the support we. CRS, WFP, and the one that we support we, Plan International.
Let me come into the new academic year. First and foremost, you go confirm as to whether schools are open across the country today.
Okay, this is an interesting question. Yes, I want to say yes, school don't open today, and I want to make people know so it's not surprising. We will lock school for last academic year on the 19th of July 2024. We make them very clear now. All the reports card them to the Pekin and say school they open on the 9th of September 2024 for the next academic year. How we do that one day? Because in the 2023-24 academic year, we get we schedule that we calendar working pool. What don't do from the beginning of the first term to the 3rd term of that last year academic year. Now the last line we make it in bold. We say the next school academic year they start on the 9th of September. So not so today we don't do that here, but also in addition to that one day, we make sure say and we teach our trainings and what we do for foundational learning where we will talk about time. We don't train teachers here across Sierra Leone on foundational learning. We make sure say we tell them throughout the process we want to go back to school on the 9th of September. So that we not remind them.
I ask you this question because when you move on the street of Freetown this morning, you didn't see much of school picking them.
So this is about Sierra Leone as well. People also always want for.
So is it that the message will go down to the parent for say, indeed on September 9, schools are across the country for open?
Yeah, we expect that they for don't go down because we constituents them, the Sierra Leone Teachers Union, we get the CPSS Council of Principals of Secondary School, we get NACOT, National Council of Head Teachers. What will they communicate to? So now they can send the information down to the teachers them and the parent them. But even with that, we don't do a lot of engagement there for
but
people.
The previous years, we see the ministry keep normally put press release informing the public as to when schools them across the country for open. But this time, I will not see press release.
So yes, but we do press release later. Then they happen around Friday. We do press release for remind parents say which will be said they will not change them at all. And school will open on the 9th, and that's how they speak. School will open today. And
but you know they see much of picking them.
So therefore, we don't get a lot of officers that we don't go around now today for ensure say tomorrow we get all the picking in our school and learning take place because learning don't begin today.
But I don't care for communicate them the messages down to the parents them that schools that are open across the country and parents them for allow them picking them for go schools.
This is now one of the medium this way they use right now for make parents understand say school don't open today and send you picking go school. Let me quickly release the NPSC results early. So we got time for get the interviews. Even on the interview panels then, we make sure say we tell all my way they can enter states could open on the 9th of September 2024. So not to be secret. Now the thing we don't plan, but just like Sierra Leone social media landscape, they always have for skew in the interest of them as the disadvantage of the benefits of the general public. So but school are open today and learning not start in earnest.
The new academic year don't begin. What are some of the things where the ministry don't put in place for ensure say the 2024-2025 academic year run smoothly?
Yeah, so first of all, education is a continuous process. Not to a new chapter with they begin, not to a new idea with they invent. Now the things that will be done they do now they build on. With they build on them, they go ahead. For example, we don't get teachers in the system, we need more professional standard development. We therefore continue to get professional standard development of the teacher there. Today, we don't say we want to forget all the teachers they licensed across Sierra Leone. Now we do under license processes. Now they go through the examination, they get the exam, see the examination they pass, they will give you license. So all that things and they continue for happening. We also will continue for go best teacher award. With this year back, we they do now this academic year for encourage the teachers then for continue for do the best in the classroom. We also could get this year we get a very big rollout. We call it foundational learning. Foundational learning came about after a survey of EGRA-EGMA in 2021, where shall we say a lot of we picking them, Boku, not able to read the standards and understand. For example, if picking the class 4 or grade 4, and not able to read grade 4 material, even grade 2 material self. Enable read them and understand to himself. So that means a problem there with comprehension, even them basic literacy, numeracy, them arithmetic, enable do small mathematics self and understand at in age for that in level. So governments don't get money and support from the partners them, like the Global Partnership for Education. We don't support the government of Salon with $50 million. They will get World Bank. The World Bank back don't put some money. We don't add to that $50 million day. We want support now the foundational learning. And foundational learning, we teach the picking them and the teacher them together for one, sabi read and understand what they read. Two, able to do small mathematics them. So whether foundation go don't grow, say to grade 4. By the time they go to grade 5, where the learning will really come up, you don't become an independent learner. You're able to teach yourself and you're able to grow for be a better citizen. Because we don't understand, say, the one that will get very good foundation always can be successful in the circle of education compared to a person who just come up from nowhere and can't see the class 1. So now make government don't pay attention to foundational learning. We'll spend the rest of this holiday, the rainy season holiday, for develop the materials in numeracy and literacy. And then materials there, we don't make sure say all the picking that they get in a school across Sierra Leone. We also don't develop the teacher guide, how the teacher they for able to teach you picking them. For example, I witnessed one of the trainings. Today we just say A, because say A, B, C, B. By the time they picking, they go inside 2-3 weeks of in school, stay in a school. They don't start inside A, B, C, D. But the understanding of A, B, C, D, not D. If you not say A, you don't even know what they talk. Just say A because the teacher be they say A, B, they say B. So now, with the teacher picking for able to identify sound, for able to pronounce sound, so when they see a particular word, they able to pronounce that accordingly and correctly. So, for example, we want for say A, we want to say A. Now the sound of A, now they may say A. So the picking knows in a way see ABEL. They know say na able. So now that kind of thing they want teach you picking them.
So with the introduction of this foundational learning, what's the ministry actually want to achieve?
A lot of things. One is we want to get a population of this country will literate, and if you catch them young, because the foundation very poor. As I be rightly tell you, if we're not able to make up with foundation of this country in education are poor. Even you see person in the university, you know, but they can see the person quality no day. Now what we talk this no quality no day. The person go do SS3, you know, where I simple letter self. Pikin did that level they not sabi because the foundation very poor. Now make we pay attention to that one day. But most importantly, as well, in addition to foundational learning, we want to ensure say this year we picking the all registered on an NIN number. If you follow the ministry, for which I know say you follow the ministry very well, we don't pull a press say any picking with the class, with the below the examination class, they go write the exams, na crime. We see the pull picking them from class 4, they write NPSC na class 6. They pull them picking them at GSS 2, they write Beke na GSS 3. They say because they get sense. They pull them picking them at SSS 2, they write WASC na SSS 3. Now we don't make it very clear that if you not dey na that class, na corruption will not allow you for two things. One, government then they pay for NPSC, Beke, and WASC. If you not to eligible candidate will qualify for write that exam day, there is no need for make you go write that exams. That double promotion that they talk with the give us, we don't want them. It's not good for our education system because na corruption. But most importantly, because of a new curriculum we don't introduce, we want to make the Pekin them go through the curriculum, for get a rounded education. We want to make them go through the circles, no double promotion. So they go able learn what we don't put in place and we implement. The outcome of that implementation will be a success to the Sierra Leone education, rather than having them giving double promotions. So these are the few things that these want to engage seriously in this year for ensure that we deliver for the people of Sierra Leone.
We don't talk about the foundational learning where you say the ministry they introduced the new academic year. Apart from the foundational learning, which other things again the ministry don't put in place for the new academic year?
Okay, foundational learning are the key, and we make sure that we deliver to the best of our ability at the ministry as always. But also in addition to that, the minister in particular gets a few things we will achieve as a key thing to in success. One of which, now for review the role of the school quality assurance officer. Then we also began to call the inspectors of schools. But that name, the inspector, will be physically too strong. So therefore change them for match some contemporary happenings. So we'll be changing to school quality assurance officers. So now the minister in particular, want to review the whole sector. For see how they go review the rules and how it go suitable to development and how it go add value to education. So that will be one of the things and then the way you want to do. Also, as a ministry, we want to set up what's called learning assessment unit. The learning assessment unit now, we know to get two forms of assessment. We get the formative and the summative. Formative now the internal assessment, then test exam or the get picking the come out to all the assess. But also we get the summative one where they go see to public examinations. So we want to see how they assess with picking them, and even with processes the way they implement. But we don't forget a unit, a specialized unit. Now the ministry will go the EPWI for the internal assessment them. So results framework go fine. But the minister also plus the CEO, this now the heartbeat of your ideas that you want for roll out what we call comprehensive sexual education. Comprehensive sexuality education, a new subject like a new idea. We want to inject into subject like home economics, we want to inject into even English language, for teaching people how to take care of themselves, how to add value to the dignity as particularly women, how to take care of themselves. So all that thing they want to make sure say we roll them out this year. And of course the senior secondary education syllabuses, we want to make sure say we popularize them, we roll them out. We develop and roll them out and make sure say all the syllabus for all the subjects. For example, now they begin teaching robotic. We want to make sure say we develop a huge syllabus for robotic and popularize them and get the teachers them. So a lot of plans and this year. Now make the TELC education steady progress. Now they do not a new idea we create every year, but they build on what we don't do at the previous year. Then for ensure that we improve on the quality of education we give picking them.
With all of this way, I like say the ministry or the minister in particular don't itemize anything there so for achieve them. When?
So this academic year now they roll them out and it don't happen, it don't begin today. And we will come back to 98.1 and begin to the success stories who don't score. For example, how they review the rules of the school quality assurance officers, them, how they roll out the comprehensive sexuality education programs, and how they make sure. Say we also talk about a lot of activities around foundational learning. They come back and tell you now because the results in the show, and we don't begin today.
The ministry get the resources for achieve some of them things here, so because we don't see the ministry over the years don't introduce different programs there, but some of them programs along the line not can be completed or along the line can be left out.
Okay, so first thing first, the foundational learning gets funding from GP and World Bank, so we'll get fundings for that activity day, but also for the other items where I just don't list for you. So these are things where governments of Salon self can support, and we go with partners that we can support you for them, and not to things that we unreachable. I think that we'll go be reach out and we'll able deliver as best as possible.
Then we come to the area of teacher recruitment. This is another concern as well, because the ministry don't they talk about recruitment of teachers, don't they provide the basic things them with teachers and forget. But over the years we see teachers they still grumble or still raise concern with the issue of salary improvements and other things them.
I want to be very frank with you. The Sierra Leone Teaching Service Commission, they don't do very well. But you see, teacher concern, the country, we're blessed with teachers, but we are wage bill. For example, we get 80,000 plus teachers them inside the school system. 80,000. And among that 80,000, now 37,000 are on government payroll. That means a huge number of them, not to government, they pay them. Now either they private school or they pay them through their school subsidy working pay to school them. Now they pull and give them some stipends. So it's the situation really tough. But you got to remember why make government they take all the teachers instead, because they need them all. The reason now, government will tell you say the entire wage bill, the entire workforce in this country, now 80,000 people they make them up. So if the teacher they don't want 80,000, that means if you recruit the teacher them, you don't recruit nobody else. You don't recruit nurse again. You don't recruit other professions there again, doctors, civil servant, they can't again. So now because of the challenges and the government say we are going to be replacing often, we go for the reassess with teachers and often, we go for the recruit teachers. And for this year, for example, they recruit 2,000 teachers them in the system, and the Sierra Leone Teaching Service Commission now responsibility that one day, and they do so very well over the period. Teaching also, of course, we all know say a noble profession. Teaching, you're not going to pay teacher, because the service of a teacher in just 1 hour in a classroom, it translates into becoming a medical doctor, it translates into becoming even the president. So teacher asks for pay, you're not going to pay teacher. So now a whole sacrificial job, now a noble job, and the very reason we made my entire family in a teacher. My daddy teach for 44 years, 2 hours in life na teaching okay. Myself I teach for another 10 years from after graduation. My sister then a teacher then. So I understand what you mean for teach, and it's a sacrificial job, and therefore one for the praise them at all the time, because the job they never replace them.
Apart from the welfare of teachers, the issue of the late disbursement of money to schools them, another concern. We see that happen last academic year. So schools them, they raise concern that they not get the quarterly subvention on time, especially when we get for do with public exams them. This new academic year, the ministry don't try for ensure say that not repeat itself again.
That in the back now that's a sensitive conversation. That particular deliverable day, now 2 ministries a responsibility. the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, and the Ministry of Finance. The responsibility of the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education are for ensure, say, we don't do all with returns. Returns here means we do all the paperwork. We request na the Ministry of Finance with very valid reasons and follow up and tell them, say, their school, if they not pay their school subsidy, that teacher then where they pay them, they go teach. Or the principal go begin ask money from parents then. So they give reasons. But also, as you know, we can't get, we get money issues.
So the challenge can be.
So the money not can day most of the times. So the Ministry of Finance get for raise money here and there for solve one problem because they go to the other problem because we not get enough resources. We not get unlimited resources. We get very limited resources. So anytime we can make quick case, something else will come up. For example, the payment of the third-term school subsidy. We don't make that case then at the Ministry of Finance over and again. The Minister Conrad Saki, he always did a Ministry of Finance 5 times a week for make sure say he push on this matter. But you know what happen? We get correspondence, for example, from Ministry of Finance 2 weeks ago, say that they pay the school subsidy. They don't approve them. But by the time we follow up on the payment, some TS come up what they call emergencies. So the Ministry of Finance get for use part of that money they first, it goes solve that emergency day and wait first. By the time we go there again, they tell us no more wait me they pay salaries. So they get for pay salaries first before they come for pay that one day. So you see how the issues that can be, not to say the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, no one for the teachers that get the money or the schools that get the money, but also not to the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education primary responsibility for pay. Now liaise with the collaborate with the Ministry of Finance, and not also Ministry of Finance back no one pay. Now because of the limited resources and the competing priorities and working then at the table of the Ministry of Finance. Now I make them the least they can do. But going forward, we make sure say we continue for strengthening with partnership with the Ministry of Finance for begin pay them money there on time so we got an effective teaching and learning environment.
As we round up, what's going to be your message to teachers them? What's going to be your message to parents and students them in terms of the new academic year we don't start today?
I want to congratulate all the Pekin that we passed the NPSC and we promoted the other class. Say congratulations and we're in a new level. For the one that say will not be passed, we'll say try again. You can continue for pass. You go do them and pass and go to the other class. So education are the key for them. We learn book, your future bright. For the parents, them we at times not you want for sure much concern with the Pekin them. Education one for encourage them for tie or jar for educate the Pekin them because now they bambai tomorrow. And for the teachers them, this now on a profession. This now on what we love for do best. Now continue for doing with every selflessness. So this country will grow from height to height.
Somebody just send a message. They ask when the WASC result will come out.
Okay, so tomorrow Tuesday, the government nominee, where the chief education officer and the ministry get a very exclusive meeting with WAEC. And tomorrow with a lot of things from there, including the Becker and the WASC results, and also very important issues that we are not going to discuss now. We will come after the meeting tomorrow.
So when exactly the WASC?
I'm not going to tell you now until that meeting happens tomorrow.
Okay. In name na Augustine Bamie Anthony in the communication officer na the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education. Don't they take way through some of the things and where the ministry don't they do and the plans where they don't they put in place for the new academic year we don't start today. Plenty thank you for where you take your time for join we at the program today.
Adeyemi, I also want to say plenty thank you to you because you moderate the program so maturely.
Thank you very much.